The Lord then went from the ashram of Kesava Bharati to the Ganga to take his bath. And everyone followed him. He took his holy, sacred, ceremonial bath in the Ganga, came off in his soaking wet clothes without drying himself, and sat before Kesava Bharati in the ashram. And the Lord prayed, "Please give me service to Krishna." Kesava Bharati said to him, "You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are independent, supreme controller of everything. And you as the Jagat Guru come to teach the world. If it is your wish for me to be your Guru, as your servant, I will be your Guru and initiate you." Prior to the haircutting, when Kesava Bharati was trying to convince Lord Chaitanya not to do it, he said, "I cannot perform this deed unless you get the permission from your mother and your wife." And Nimai immediately said, "All right, I will go. I will get permission." And he started running. Now, according to some of our acharyas, they claim, it's in some of our scriptures, that Kesava Bharati Maharaj said this because he was planning, while the Lord was going to Navadvip to get permission, he was going to go away and not be here when he gets back. Because he really didn't want to do this. But then he was thinking, as the Lord was running away, he's the Supreme Lord. I understand who he really is. How could I be duplicitous with him? And besides that, how possibly could anyone resist him? He'll definitely get permission from anyone. He already did. He'll do it again. Come back, Nimai, come back. So now Nimai is standing before him, soaking wet from the bath in the Ganga with the shaved head. And Kesava Bharati says, "You are the Supreme Lord. And if this is how you want to teach the world, to make me your Guru, I am your servant." And then he gave the 2 pieces of saffron cloth to our beloved Lord Gauranga. The Lord put on the saffron dress of a sannyasi. When the people saw him, without his beautiful golden robes, without his jewellery and his garlands, without his luxurious cascading hair, their hearts were broken. But still, in the saffron robes of a sannyasi, he was so unlimitedly beautiful. He charmed their hearts. They fell unconditionally in love with this form of Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi. Then the Lord did something that was wonderful. He said, "Gurudev, I want to tell you something privately." And he whispered in his Guru's ear. He said, "I had a dream." Now this is a secret. Can you all hear? He said, "I had a dream. An effulgent being appeared to me and spoke this sannyas mantra into my ear. I want you to hear it and tell me if you think it's good." And then he spoke a brand new sannyas mantra into the ear of Kesava Bharati Maharaj. That mantra, through his ears, went right to the heart of Kesava Bharati and just conquered his life. He smiled and he said, "That's a wonderful mantra. That's the best of all great mantras." The Lord initiated his Guru. And then after he was duly initiated, his guru initiated him. He said, I have not heard such a mantra like this. And then Kesava Bharati Maharaj whispered in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ear the same mantra he was just initiated in by his disciple seconds before. And that mantra entered deep into the heart of Lord Gauranga. Kesava Bharati Maharaj gave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his danda and his kamandalu, his sannyas begging bowl. And then he was thinking, what name can I give Gauranga Mahaprabhu? The standard is that I should give him the name Bharati, because he's a disciple of Bharati in my sampradaya. But how could I name him after me? He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's beyond all sampradayas. What name could possibly be given to the most merciful, compassionate Lord of the universe when he takes sannyas? He was contemplating in this way. And he prayed. He prayed to the Lord to give him the name that would be perfect. At that moment, the goddess Saraswati appeared on Kesava Bharati Maharaj's tongue and spoke the name that the Lord was meant to be given. He said, because you are spreading love of Krishna, Krishna consciousness to everyone you meet, because you have advented in this world to spread Krishna consciousness, love of God, all over the world, therefore your name will be Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was very happy with this name. And when he proclaimed this name, everyone in Katwa was so blissful to hear the revelation of the Lord's new name that they all cried out very loudly, Hariva! 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai! Much louder than that. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. People were intoxicated just hearing that name. At that moment, it was revealed to the world. One of Lord Chaitanya's previous classmates, he was the father of Srinivasacharya. He was going to see his father-in-law, and he was traveling toward Jajigram, and he happened to come through Katwa. And he heard everyone was talking about it, that Nimai Pandit is taking sannyas today, right now. Nimai Pandit, my friend, he's taking sannyas. What? How? He had such mixed feelings. He didn't know what to think. He ran to the place, and he arrived just at the moment when Kesava Bharati Maharaj said, your name will be Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And from that point, everyone in all of Katwa, Kantakanagar, were saying, Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya. And this man was saying, Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya. And he went back to his village. And people say, where were you? Chaitanya. What's wrong with you? Chaitanya. Would you like prasad? Chaitanya. Do you even know who I am? Chaitanya. That name and that occasion, Mahaprabhu taking sannyas, getting that name, all he could do for weeks is just say Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya 24 hours a day. That is how this event affected people's hearts. Now, our beloved Lord was officially, formally a sannyasi.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.